Alright guys, I'm Lauren, this is Pair Lefty. Welcome back. And today is an exciting day. We are installing the nitrous outlet kit. We're going to be doing it over the next couple days. We're going back to work here shortly, but let me show you where I am currently. So we folded the back seats down, undid the Velcro so that we could pull this spare tire cover holder up. And we laid the brackets in and made black marks next to the bolts so that we could pinpoint exactly where we need to drill. So after removing the back, you can see that this is not just like a flat cardboard like in some older cars. We're going to have to put it on the opposite side in which we intended to. That way we can drill all the way through and bolt down the brackets. So we got the brackets installed. We can't find the one bolt we dropped, but we will find it. And we had to put it on the right side because it won't go in on the left side. And this folds up just before the bracket, and the bottle was sitting there nicely. We unplugged this, set it over here. We unplugged this by sliding this red piece back and then depressing here and sliding off. We moved it back. The next step is to take off the intake tube here so that we can access all 4 bolts of the throttle body. And so I'm gonna do that real quick. So our next step is to run the plumbing, and we have that hose, which is the main nitrous hose. It goes down through there. So I had to pull out the bottom seat. You simply just pull up on the front and then pull it out. It's easy. And then that unvelcros, and I ran the line down through there. Re-velcro and close the back seat, and then I tucked this hose up underneath here. I'm running it under the molding to where I can now reinstall the back seat. This is our big line that comes all the way from the trunk. It goes around the front, comes up, and goes into our nitrous solenoid. We had to buy a new purge line. And then what we did was, instead of using the plate that holds it right here where our oil catch can is, we cut the plate off, and we were able to bend it in order to mount it to a stud that was already here. And then our fuel line and our nitrous line run down and then over to the throttle body. So far, everything has been running pretty well. What we're doing now is we have to tap into our fuel system. So this is where we tap into our fuel system. There's a right way to do things and there's a wrong way to do things. And this is a pressurized line. So it's going to shoot fuel everywhere, I'm pretty sure. Actually, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I guess we turn the car on. Fuel pump to prime. Alright guys, this is kind of funny, but look at our fuel pressure. It is maxed out. Clearly not the fuel pressure gauge we need, but we know we have fuel pressure and that's what's important. Alright, we can shut it down. To sum things up, this pipe is not going to work. We're going to have to figure something out. I'm going to get a different intake tube because that is going to restrict a massive amount of airflow going into the intake. And this is the plate. Everything worked out well there. The lines run up and around as before. And this is where we were plagued with problems. As you can see, we have different fittings on there than originally. They were leaking because they were over tightened originally and caused some issues. And so we were forced to replace them. We decided to run our purge line over and up to here, where it comes out right there. And then the fuel line is the same. It runs back to over there. It's tapped into the system and everything is wired up. This is the main line. It comes around the washer fluid all the way around the front, under the intake, back through that hole there. We completely pulled the rubber grommet out in order to run the nitrous line and the wiring. We have a fuel pressure regulator. The only thing we have left to install for the engine bay is a fuel pressure safety switch. In the trunk we have our bottle opener here, our main line, the red wire there and the red wire there are the lines that go to the bottle pressure sensor. This is our bottle heater, and that all runs down and into the fuse box, into the battery area. That all runs down here. The relay is tucked down in there, as you can see, and then the power and the ground connect to the back. So we don't currently have a bottle in there because we were just racing yesterday. We're going to put an empty bottle in for the car show tomorrow. And so on the inside of the car, our nitrous switch panel, I bought the Nitrous Express one. Sorry, the car's a little bit dirty. God, it looks terrible on camera. So it's run to there, and then our nitrous controller TPS RPM window switch is there. All you have to do is pop this. All you have to do is pop this off, and then I had to cut the entire bottom out of this in order to run the wires up. I took the power source from here and the ground source in order to run all the power and ground for my RPM switch and my switches here. I will turn the car on, I think. I don't think, forward key is not detected. So I'm not going to be able to do any of that. But that's how it is. And if you have any other questions, I can help if you post them down in the comments below. This bad boy ran a 13.5 with a 100 shot. And we need more. We want to break into the 12s, have a 12-second street car, and that's the goal.